What is up, guys? EG Corte here with another video, and we about to talk about this freaking Noctis reveal trailer that came out for Tekken 7 really pretty much yesterday, really, or either extremely early this morning. Maybe that was 12 a.m. my time or something like that. But the point is, I was super hyped, but I was only hyped for about 3 minutes, and I'm going to have other videos to explain why. But for right now, when I was first looking at this trailer, well, actually, it don't even matter what was going on when I first looked at it, because I was hyped when I first looked at it. The main importance is what happened in the trailer.
Ah.
Now, at first, I was just seeing Noctis using his basic weapon. So, I mean, we can easily knock that out of the way. I can't get into too much detail in terms of the combos because we never had a character quite like this before. So, I can't 100% tell you what's going on with his character in terms of a Tekken scale. Like, I play Tekken and I play 15, and I freaking love the crap out of 15. I can do like different types of combos on 15, but I'm pretty sure the buttons are going to be different in terms of Tekken, so I can't translate it like that. But I can tell you what's going on, because what was kind of seen in the first part of the trailer in terms of him fighting, he used his regular weapon, his regular sword, and he switched to a spear. So he's going to be able to transition between weapons depending on what move you choose to use. And he's also got a few combos that are done with his actual, kicks. He's got a low sweep that automatically gives him a combo. It's a freaking low sweep launcher. Now, whether this is completely on counter hit and it launches, or if it's only on close hit and it launches, or if it launches in general, I cannot tell you. What I believe, though, that this low kick launches on close hit. So if the opponent is too far away, I believe that they won't trip. I could be wrong, guys, but I believe they won't trip if they're too far away. But as long as it's on close hit, I believe it launches every time. The other thing is, for his rage art, they showed off his armature. Basically, he used all the freaking armor gear that he had. So all the, I guess it's going to be all 13 of the blades that he gets from his family that he has obtained. Obviously, he's got more than 13. There's more than 13 kings in his family, but in the Final Fantasy 15 game, he only at maximum got like 13 of his family's weapons. But basically, guys, I can't go into too much of deep detail because Tekken hasn't had a character like this. I can't 100% tell you what's going on. I mean, Noctis did have a piece in the trailer earlier where he threw his weapon and used Warp Strike like he would in the Final Fantasy game. But my other question is, can he actually use the armature as a separate weapon? Now, we know that he can use it in his rage art, but I'm not thinking they're gonna let him do that, because armature works like this. They are more powerful weapons from his family, but every time he hits a person with them, he loses health on his end. So they may not put those in Tekken, and if they do, they might change the rules on them. So there's that. I believe they're actually not gonna put it in there, even though it's a question of mine, just simply because in the rage art he can use all of them in the combo, and it's not really needed as a game mechanic for him to use those other ones. But it would be interesting. That means that you would probably have two different types of plays of Noctis. But yeah, I was hyped like for 3 minutes when I saw it. Well, really, maybe I was probably hyped for about 30 seconds, probably so. But this trailer as a whole and what Tekken does is pretty good. And the last thing, I just have to comment on it. I just completely have to. When you see the graphics on this trailer, this reminds me of something. When Tekken 7 was coming out and people just put it on the best quality, like straight up 1080 going all the way in on their PC, or 1080 on the PlayStation Pro. Tell you the truth, PlayStation Pro at max setting and then PC at max settings look almost the same for Tekken 7. No lie. If you got a regular PlayStation 4, nah, it doesn't. But we talking about PlayStation Pro here. So if you compare the both of them looks nice and whatever. And people were like, oh man, Tekken 7's graphics are so good. But now I can really tell other folks what I was talking about. Because if you look at the rendering of Noctis in this Tekken 7 game versus Noctis in Final Fantasy 15, and I mean non-cinematic cutscene versions of both of the characters. I mean, well, non-cinematic versions of both of the games. Tekken 7's graphics don't compare to Final Fantasy 15's graphics. So I didn't understand why people were like, oh, Tekken 7 looks so good. It looks like one of the best graphical games that's for PS4 right now when it first came out. And I'm like, dude, Final Fantasy 15 has way better graphics in that game. And then on top of that, Uncharted 4 has better graphics than that game. Now, granted, Naughty Dog has an unfair advantage with the Unreal Engine that's out now, but that still doesn't change the fact that you can easily name two other games that made, really, those two games, if you compare them to Tekken's actual overall graphics, put Tekken's graphics to shame and shit. Because if you look at Tekken as well, if you compare 6 and Tag 2 or whatever one that's close to those two that you want to compare to 7, you can probably say the graphics look more beautiful, but at the end of the day, Tekken 7's character models look like some bubbled up version of people instead of actual people. At least in Tag 2 and 6, it may not have been the best graphics ever according to this time, but it actually looks like it was rendered to look like people, whereas Tekken 7 graphics looks like it's rendered to look like bubble people. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This trailer in general was, I think it's a pretty good trailer, especially when you first look at it, but there's gonna be a lot of people who disagree with it. But disagreements and agreements will be for a completely another video, y'all. Peace.